The Madison Park Community Development Corporation will mark its 50th anniversary with an event this Friday. To tell us what's planned are two guests from Madison Park, the Resource Development Manager, Kay Mathew, and the Program Coordinator at Hibernian Hall, Olawumi Akinwumi. Thank you both very much for being with us.
Thank you.
I want to start with history, Kay, because one of the things being celebrated here is not just renewal, but activism, and go back 50 years ago, because this is really an activist-initiated organization.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. In the 60s, 50 years ago, there were a group of community activists in Dudley Square and Lower Roxbury that actually struggled along in solidarity with other neighborhoods to defeat the Inner Belt Highway that was going to come right through Lower Roxbury, and also to really push back against urban renewal, which was happening then. Numbers and numbers of houses and businesses and even churches had already been razed in the neighborhood. People got together and they stopped that. And as a result, an outcome was the formation of the Lower Roxbury Community Corporation, which became Madison Park. It's a very exciting history when you think about it.
And in that first development, it wasn't just all one income group, it was a mix.
That's right, yeah. I mean, it was the thriving community at the time, Lower Roxbury in the mid-60s. Mm-hmm. And this was kind of happening nationally, I have to say, where there were decisions made around what urban renewal was going to do as long as they got rid of, the neighborhoods that were housing and that were homes to poor people.
Well, one of the other things that we're seeing here that maybe is becoming more common, but I get at one point the idea of culture being the job of a community development group might have seemed like an extravagance here, but you took this old building, Hibernian Hall, and a lot of people say, what do you do with that? Mm-hmm. And talk about what's happened.
Well, just me working and living in Roxbury, we noticed that basically Hibernian Hall is a gym, is a hidden gym. So whoever was thoughtful enough to renovate Hibernian Hall did a great thing, because at least gave something to the community to look forward to have special engagements and occasions there in the building. So it's not just a space on the third floor, it's basically a place of community and historic significance. So me being new and young and going into the millennium century is basically something that I look forward to, and working with all community small businesses and organizations that basically took place, whether it could be a civic engagement, a fundraiser, a play, or even a debate watch. It shows a lot of history and a lot of ways how we transition the room.
Well, one of the things, of course, I noticed, we've covered a lot of stories over the years, including one about the Scott Joplin opera Treemonisha. I mean, you have culture there that's targeted at the community, but on the other hand, this is community culture that wouldn't have been available any other way. It would have been difficult for people to get this by going anywhere else.
Yeah, and that's right. Yeah, and that's partly a large part of the Hibernian Hall mission, which is to cultivate emerging artists of color, to cultivate audiences right from the community itself. It's a real gem, as Ola says.
You also have something coming up a little bit later this year there too. There's a play in November that's going to be produced.
Oh yeah, so our artistic director, Mr. Dylan Buston, is going to be debuting his play called The Top Eye Open. It's based on Shadrach. Horrible with my history, but basically we want to point that it's like basically the first man that got arrested
under the fugitive slave law.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, and that will be taking place the second weekend. It's going for 2-week runs. So the second weekend of November, cannot really see the date, but check us out, and you can also go on our website, www.madison-park.org.
Now, what else is happening here is that this is a lot bigger than Hibernian Hall, maybe. The whole cultural district that they're talking about for Roxbury. What about Madison Park's role with that?
Well, Madison Park was one of the 3 groups in Dudley Square that got together about a year and a half ago to start talking about this. It's not that it hadn't been talked about before. In fact, the Roxbury Cultural Network is actually probably one of the first groups in the neighborhood who kind of looked at the idea and looked at ways to approached the Cultural Council to become designated as a cultural district. Last night, after a year of work with any number of community groups and individual residents, we had a hearing with City Council, and the City Council approved the resolution to go before the Mass Cultural Council to be designated as a cultural district. That's going to mean a lot to a lot of people and a lot of organizations in the neighborhood. It's really a huge tool around economic development, cultural economic development. To be designated a cultural district, Dudley Square is going to see a lot of good outcomes from that.
We're talking with Mathew and Olawumi Akinwumi from the Madison Park Development Corporation. Olawumi, what about the celebration that's coming up? Anything that people should know about what you're going to be doing?
Oh, yes. So, yes, this Friday, October 28th, please come and celebrate with us our 50th anniversary for Madison Park Development Corporation. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have from 7 to 10 right in the ballroom. It's going to be decked out with beautiful decor. We're going to have some interesting entertainment, and we have some Community Catalyst Awards that basically going to be presented that evening, along with Kay here, who's been working so hard with our fundraising and everything like that, basically make it happen for us to do more programming and arts at our space, and everything else that we do under MPDC. So just to give a few highlights, we have music mix master Rudy Doughton and Vintage Soul Stage Show, and the New England Soul Line Dancers and the Neo-Classic Steppers. So we're just putting a little nice, slow, jazz, vibrant, a little, demonstration of dance and bringing people together, and also recognizing some great awards like Representative Gloria Fox, Joyce Stanley from Dudley Square Main Streets, Darnell Williams from the Urban League, Jackie Parker, who is also a resident of Roxbury and a great playwright in our area, Bing Broderick from Haley House, and Eric Hall, who is our resident leader, who does a lot of great stuff with Orchard Gardens. Anything else you want to add?
Well, just to point out again that Representative Gloria Fox will be receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award from Madison Park for all she's done for her constituents in District 7.
Of course, the other thing that Madison Park does is you have all these housing developments that you've worked on, and talk about them. Even at Orchard Gardens, it used to be just totally under the BHA, but Madison Park plays a role here. Talk about how that has made a difference from how it used to be.
Well, it's made a huge difference just looking at it, and therefore improving the quality of life for the residents. It was rebuilt in partnership with the BHA, which really still owns a lot of the property. But it's been now, I don't know how long, 18 years, and it's a gorgeous development. The people who live there are low-income families and very low-income families, and they have homes in townhouses that are just really good-looking. And once a person has a home, then they can start making a community, and that's what we've seen over the past several years. With the guidance of Madison Park community organizers, we have some really, we have a large group, a large cohort of grassroots leaders in Orchard Gardens and other parts of Dudley Square where Madison Park has other affordable housing. We have over 1,250 units of affordable housing for low-income families, right in Dudley Square for the most.
Olawumi, we should mention just one more time the place and time when the event's going to be happening.
Yes, so please stay tuned. A little invitation. So MPDC's 50th Gala this Friday at Hibernian Hall, which is located at 184 Dudley Street on our third floor level. You'll see some nice red carpet decor, which will direct you right inside. Tickets for general admission is $50, $25 for students, seniors, MPDC residents. And if you just come, if you are not able to pay, we will not turn you away. We want all you guys to come and celebrate with us and rejoice for our 50th and and have fun.
And what time's going to be starting?
7 o'clock.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you both very much.
You're welcome.
That's Mathew and Olawumi Akinwumi from the Madison Park Development Corporation. We'll have more news in just a moment.